Well, some of this is the human factor of saying, do we really need to be here on Saturdays? Can we have a conversation about it? So it was more about how it was all impacting our members personally and trying to figure out how to resolve that. Past that, I will not speak about my conversations with the leader, but I think they were really genuinely trying to make sure the institution can get their job done before we sign it on.
But one of the reasons that they couldn't get their job done was because they were requiring the bill reading. I mean, that's the reason for the late sessions and the Saturday. So can you not say, you must have given them some sort of other assurance in order to stop doing that? I mean, that was a self-imposed wound that they were doing themselves to get something else, presumably.
Well, I think their members as well as ours were talking to each other saying, hey, can we stop doing this? Can we just get back to business as usual? I'll tell you one thing, I think members missed not getting to remonstrances. I don't know if you all follow the calendar, but when we were just going to adjournment motions, which we hadn't done, people didn't have that opportunity at the end of the day to actually, give a remonstrance about anything. I think you probably saw that last week. We got the remonstrances for the first time in probably 2 months maybe, and people had all kinds of things to say. So you can't underestimate that kind of normalcy and how people want that back at some point.
But they didn't need you to give that back. They could have just done that on their own. So
Well, but I was.
they walked away with.
Well, but the trade-off there is getting the work done, and I was super clear with them. It's like, we'll go to 10 hours a day on the floor. We'll go to Fridays. We'll go to Saturdays, because we have to get our work done, and I think that matters to their members as well.
So it sounds like you weren't willing to make any concessions on your priority bills whatsoever, because they had diesel and they had carbon at the top of their list, and it sounds like both those are moving forward unabated.
Well, I think what we're going to see on both of those bills is an attempt to, we've been engaging more with Republicans about potential changes. I'm not saying they're going to be changes, but I think part of it was not feeling that they were heard. So we've had members working with people across the aisle on ideas and amendments. You might see amendments, whether or not they can get passed will depend on votes. But I think there was that sense, okay, we need to just spend more time hearing each other what the concerns are. I think on House Bill 2007 in particular, which is one of my bills, we're trying to narrow the clean diesel requirements in a way that we think can move us forward, but also not be onerous on other parts of the state. So I think they're just seeing more discussions happening, and that was something that was really important to them. We want to be heard. We want to be part of the process. So we've been trying to have more discussions, which you don't get to see. They're very behind the scenes, but I think that's been part of it, both on 2020 and 2007.
Were there any bills that you agreed to drop as part of that discussion?
I don't feel I should comment on that. That's my conversations privately. I think there are some bills that, I think it's not so much bills that die, but bills that members want, or budgetary budget priorities for members. So it's like the whole picture. It's like, well, what do your folks need? Here are some things we care about in the budget. Where are they in the budget? Because I think when you're in the minority, you feel like you're out of the loop on information. So it's more like, I think this is going to be fine. This is probably going to get funded. What about this? What about that? And we spent a lot of time just sharing information. And I think, again, when you're in the minority, you feel like you don't know what's going on. And so I've just made more of an effort to say, here's what's happening. Here are things your members care about. Because if you think everything's being done to you, you get worried at some point.